Hey, difference maker, Kimberly here. I am filming this message for you from beautiful, sunny, little piece of heaven, Negril, Jamaica. I am here on a teaching vacation, having an incredible time, but had something on my mind, on my heart. I tried to go live for you this week, but internet was not having anything to do with that. So I'm recording a quick message, then I'll upload, and hopefully it'll find its way to you. But my message for you today is based on the fact that I've spent probably, like many of you, tell me if I'm on the mark here, I've spent a lot of time in my life trying to create balance, life balance, between work and personal life, between different friends, family, children, spouse, hobbies, self-care, you better be doing self-care, that'll be a different video. But we try to balance all these things, all these priorities. And I came to a recent shift in perspective that I'd like to share with you, and then if it resonates, hopefully you'll come along for the ride, because I'm telling you, it has changed things for me in such a wonderful way, and it's actually why I'm now enjoying a week in Negril, Jamaica. Okay, so first, I like to geek out on the definitions of things, so here we go. The definition of balance: an even distribution of weight, enabling someone or something to remain upright and steady. Or it can be a situation in which different elements are equal in proportion. So let's look at those key words. It's an even distribution of weight and or an equal in proportion. So we're trying to make sure everything is equal. Everything is an even distribution. So if you think about that in your life from one day to the next, can everything in your life, all of the different priorities, the things that matter to you, from your family, your children, your spouse, your partner, your friends, your community, your work, your hobbies, your self-care, all of that, all these different priorities, can they always be even? In any given day, can they ever be even, equal in distribution? From my experience, you tell me what it's been like for you, but I think the answer to that is no. It's just not possible. And yet we pull our hair out trying to create this life balance, making sure everything is balanced. I've worked with so many coaches that in trying to make sure everything is equal, they find themselves constantly torn. These leaders, these amazing, and by the way, I'd say for leaders, for you as a nurturer, as an uplifter, as a difference maker, it's like a whole nother layer, because we want to not only live our best lives, but we want to help other people live their best lives. So it's another layer of desire and priorities and obligations in the best way, but it is more to focus on. And I've worked with so many amazing leaders and coaches who feel like, well, Kimberly, when I'm at work, I feel like I should be with my family, but when I'm with my family, I feel like I should be getting work done. And it's because we're always trying to strive for this even distribution of weight, or the equal proportions, right? So I have decided to throw out the word balance when it comes to life, because it's not possible. And I think honestly, it's crazy making to try to make that happen. And so I have a new word that I'm using instead of balance, and I invite you to consider it as a potential switch for you as well, a shift in perspective. My new word is harmony. So no longer am I striving for life balance, I am striving for life harmony. So let that sit with you for a moment and see how it feels. Life harmony. Well, let's define it. So typical dictionary definition, I'll give you a couple. It's a state of being in agreement. What could that mean? The state of being in agreement. What if how we spend our time and energy overall, not when we look at a single day, but when you look at like a week or a couple weeks or a month, the broader space of time, is how you're spending your time and energy in agreement with your philosophy for what it means to be living your best, most inspired life. That's the question. And it is up to you to be the guardian of your time and energy. It's no one else's job. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to do it for you. I have to be the guardian of my time and energy. You have to be the guardian of your time and energy. So is it in agreement with your philosophy? What's your philosophy? What does that feed into? Your priorities. So in order to live my best life, these are my priorities. In order to live my most inspired life, being true to myself, as Bronnie Ware said, the number one regret of those who are in their final days, I wish I had lived a life true to myself instead of the life others expected of me. So it's not about how other people think you should be spending your time and energy, but how you, based on your philosophy, based on being true to you and your priorities, are you spending your time and energy in a way that is in agreement? Okay, that's harmony. And then the other definition I thought was cool is a combination of parts into a pleasing whole, also known as congruity. Congruity is when things fit together in a way that makes sense. So when you step back and look at the broad stroke of your life, don't look at a single afternoon, don't look at a single day, because you know what? There are some days that might need to be dedicated more to work. There are some days that might be needed to be dedicated more to family. Last Friday, I spent the day with my son and his grandparents at a pentathlon he was participating in. The entire day, no work, all my son, all focused on my son. And it was beautiful. I didn't feel guilty about not getting work done, because there was another day in the week before that it was all work and no time really to spend with my son. So you have to look at the broader stroke and then ask yourself the question, is there congruity there? Are things fitting together in a way that makes sense based on that life philosophy, that the way you see things, the way you define you being able to live your best, most inspired life? Because in order to help other people find this for themselves, you have to be able to find it for you, okay? You have to be able to find your own life harmony and know what that feels like and the path to it, so that you can help other people do it as well. Because then we're living a life or lives true to ourselves. You're living a life true to yourself. So that is my invitation for you, difference maker, is to make that shift in perspective from life balance to life harmony, okay? Because it's why I'm here right now. It's why I'm enjoying this amazing, incredible, it's probably not the best lighting. I know I'm kind of a little sweaty for my workout and everything. I'm on a teaching vacation. Thank you, Fit Bodies. And I haven't done one of these in like 15 years because I've been a mom. I've had a full-time job. I've been growing my business, and I've been a mom. And I thought, well, I can't just go away for a week and, teach and stay at one of those really cool all-inclusive resorts like I used to do, because I've got these other priorities. And I really missed doing this. I love traveling. I love seeing new places. I love meeting new people. I love teaching at these amazing resorts. And in this shift I made recently, no longer am I trying to spin all the plates evenly or juggle all the balls evenly, make sure everything is evenly distributed or equal weight across the board day by day by day. Instead of balance, I'm going for harmony. And this is something that I was able to receive the blessing of, because it is part of me living a life that is true to me, is to maybe once a year do something like this for me, so that I can be in harmony, be in this beautiful nature, this beautiful landscape around wonderful people in a different country, exploring and having a bit of an adventure. So I'm only here because I made that shift not too long ago. So I'd love to hear from you. Does this make sense? Does it make sense to make a shift from striving for life balance, which personally I think is crazy making, or maybe making the shift to life harmony? Okay, spending your time and energy in a way that when it all comes together, the broad stroke of your life, it makes sense. Even though one day might be more dedicated to this, or one day might be more dedicated to that. Even being here this week, I'm having this wonderful experience, but I'm still connecting to my son every day. I haven't lost that connection. So you don't have to worry about one thing, losing or having to suffer because you're feeding another part of your life. It's so important that you nurture the priorities that you have, that you nurture the areas of your life that fit into your philosophy of what it means to live your best life, being true to you. So I'd love to know and hear from you in the comments, does that make sense? And are you willing to make the shift with me to living a life of harmony? I hope so. That is my invitation for you today. That's all I got. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Topics you want me to cover, say the word. But that's it for today. So I'll sign off from Negril, Jamaica, and until our paths cross again soon, just know that I'm sending you much, much love. Take care.